Hello, welcome to another bite-sized review. This one is going to be one for a television series. This is, of course, Star versus the Forces of Evil. It is a 2D animated Disney Channel series. It is mostly a parody of princess archetypes, although it does star a certain princess named Star Butterfly. It is her kind of adventures throughout the universe, and she is voiced by Ian Scher. We have a pretty stacked cast. I'm just going to name a few of the characters and their actors just to save on time. So we have, I mentioned Star, and she's the main character. We have Marco Diaz, who is the misunderstood bad boy, and he is played by Adam MacArthur, and he becomes Star's partner in crime. Well, not really crime. I guess they're her best friend as they travel through time and battle monsters. And we do have Alan Tudyk as King River, and we also have him as Ludo, the main villain of the series. We have Ponyhead, or I guess Flying Princess Ponyhead, who is played by Jenny Slate. And lastly, I'll mention John Heder, guest starring as Oscar Gleason, one of the many kids at the school that Star attends. So, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot to follow. However, it's actually very easy to get into this show, especially with season 1 being so hyper animated and just it takes a little bit to get used to Star's antics and personality and her hyper energy, but once you get accustomed to that, I guess halfway through season 1 it gets a little bit more serious, and um, Star Versus has about 4 seasons, a lot of episodes. I think 77 total episodes, and there's a lot of segments in between there. So each episode for this show is kind of two 11-minute kind of episodes put together to make 20 minutes or so. And so that's pretty good. So technically, you get 2 episodes in one 20-minute session every time you watch it, which is interesting. And Star Versus came out in 2015. It was created by Darren Nefsey, who was very highly influenced by Sailor Moon and a lot of the Japanese anime. And she created Star versus the Forces of Evil, which is essentially a princess show parodying princess shows. So it's kind of funny. It's really well done. I did also want to mention that the show ended in 2019. So it ran for about 4 years, give or take. So it's a pretty great show. It is actually one of my favorite shows. I actually, when in 2015, when the show came out, I actually didn't see the whole thing. I watched a few episodes. I got kind of into it, and then somewhere along the way, I kind of stopped watching it for whatever reason. But recently, I'd say very recently, this year, in 2022, when this is being filmed, I have finished this series. So I finished all the seasons and stuff, and it was really fantastic. Season 1 is very, um, kind of all over the place, very animated, very hyper. It's very fast paced, at least at the beginning. If you get past all the season 1 episodes, it gets a lot more easier to watch. I just say season 1 is very just manic. It's very fast paced, but it's very good. And season 2 was awesome. I think season 2 might be my favorite season. Season 3 got really serious, and same with season 4, which is the most serious. Um, a lot of people have an issue with a big issue with the finale. I didn't see a lot of issues. I'm still kind of processing, to be honest, but I love every character in the show. They all have this great dynamic with Star and just Margot as well. And it's just, this show is about her, Star Butterfly. So it's a pretty simple story. Essentially, Star Butterfly is this magical princess from another dimension, kind of cliche. And, typical for a Disney series, right? But then it gets flipped on its head when it's revealed that she lives in a kingdom called Muni, which is, a very far away land. And so her parents are supposed to be giving her this royal wand, the royal butterfly wand. And so they give it to her, and clearly, I'm going to spoil a little bit here. She actually burns down a lot of the kingdom, And the opening episode, Star comes to Earth in episode 1. And so her parents realize, the king and queen, that she can't really handle this responsibility of the wand. So they actually send her to Earth to get her acquainted with school, with friends, with people, and with an exchange family. And that ends up being the Diaz family, who that's where Marco comes in. Marco Diaz. He is the son of the two of Mr. and Mrs. Diaz, and she ends up living with his family while her parents are in Muni. So she's really supposed to be training for, I guess, honing her magic powers through the wand. She's trying to be the king and queen are trying to make her more mature, and they're hoping that sending her to Earth that she'll learn more magic and train under a wizard named Glosric, who is one of the best characters. And he's trying to teach her how to use her magic wand, responsibly, and to not burn down the more of the kingdom. And so that's the story. It's pretty simple, and it gets really fun. I'd say the most fun episodes, if you're just looking for fun, throughout almost all of season 1. I'd say the last episode of season 1, maybe the second to last one as well. Those are more serious. If you just want a fun, kind of turn your brain off kind of show, I'd say season 1 is about that for you. There's a lot of humorous episodes thrown throughout 2, 3, and 4. I'd say season 1 and 2 are the most fun, and then season 3 and 4 are the most story heavy, which I like that because it slowly got less formulaic and it went much more into like a story, like a mature story level, which I like that because they changed it. And Star is fantastically voiced by Eden Sher, and this is actually her first voice role, which is cool. She was in some other shows as well, but she just does a really great job of capturing this naive, 14-year-old princess, magical girl, from another dimension really well. I think especially in the first episode. Then she tones it down a little bit, but she has this really great, genuine, like, chemistry with Adam MacArthur, who voices Marco. And so you see the two of them bounce off each other, and they eventually become best friends, and maybe something more. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but maybe you get what I'm saying. I love the music of the show. The theme song is so infectiously fun. I can't tell you how many times I listened to just the theme song, and it's great. Just so great. In fact, all of the songs are great. I'm gonna spoil one of them. It's Star's Princess song, and it's done by Patrick Stump, who is I believe he's the lead for Fall Out Boy. So that was awesome. Definitely my favorite song on the show was Star's Princess song, or I guess the Ballad of Star Butterfly, or whatever you want to say. I do think it's really interesting that Star herself changes and matures, and she also gets the most outfits of all the characters. Most of the characters don't change their outfit, but Star actually does. It's quite ridiculous, but in a good way. So I like that. The action is fantastic. All of the fighting scenes are so well done. The dialogue is really witty and snappy and very smart, in my opinion. It's a really great, like, every episode is a great, just little script, and it just feels so funny and fresh. So I love this show. I love where it started. I love where it ended, and I just want to see more. This is on Disney Plus. It was also on the Disney Channel, of course, when it aired, and this show is just so fantastic. I already love like magic and like princess kind of things, so this was like already in my ballpark. So Star versus the Forces of Evil, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I will do more videos on it as well, like the seasons and what I think of those in each episode down the line. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the show. It is awesome. If you love Disney, if you love princesses, if you love fast-paced stories, this is perfect for you. So check it out. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next dimension.